guys, welcome to the fourth Balance is Better session. So this week we're going to be focusing a lot on the staggered leg series and staggered leg exercises. So a lot of forward, backward lunges, a lot of split squats. So we're really going to be challenging ourselves there. So hope you're enjoying the program so far and getting something out of it. We're going to continue to challenge ourselves. Make sure to stick at your own level. So challenging ourselves, but only moving within our own ability. So with that said, we'll get straight into the warm up again. So jumping jacks straight away. So clapping the hands at the top, just getting the blood flowing, getting the muscles warmed up, raising that body temperature. Breathe into it. Nice soft landing, slight bend of the knee. And now we're going to go into side step and crouch. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and side step. Nice and light on the toes. Just 1 or 2 steps to the side is fine. When you're crouching down, just bending from the knees and slight bend bending from the hips and the knees. So bend in that back. Breathe out at the bottom. Warming up those hips. Last time. And running on the spot. High knees. Pump those arms. Really raising that temperature. 3, 2, 1, and okay. Now, inchworm again. Same as usual. So, slowly down. Bending from the hips, feeling that stretch across the hamstrings. Nice straight back. And baby steps out. Shoulders away from the ears. And we're going to rotate here. And again, try not to pike up with those hips. And you can do that same movement there, or I'm going to move into the world's greatest stretch, just to loosen out those hips a bit. But feel free to keep doing the inchworm if you're more comfortable with that. So we're going to do world's greatest stretch, lunging forward. We're just going to pulse here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. With this exercise, just make sure you're keeping that nice long neck. Nice alignment with the back. Core always engaged. Shoulders back. So looking just slightly in front of you. Take a deep breath. And again, just pulsing into it. So pushing that knee out with your elbow. Okay, good work, and return that foot. And we're going to go baby steps up again to full standing, curling vertebrae by vertebrae, and slowly up. Okay, so now we're going to do some squats as well. Again, it's important to work on this movement. It's a really key movement. So hands out in front, straight in front of you. Nice open chest, shoulders down away from the ears. Core engaged, ribs tucked in. And you're just gonna have your legs or your feet in train tracks. Can be slightly out turned. We're gonna sit back into our squat, hinging from the hips, like we're sitting back into a chair. So bringing that pressure back into the glutes and drive your hips back up. And again, and slowly back up. And again, feet in train tracks. Try and keep your toes pointing forward or slightly out turned. Have those arms just out in front of you and squatting down. Make sure to suck that belly button in towards the spine. Really squeeze the glutes, top of this movement, getting down as low as we can without compromising our technique. So as well with this one, there should be no knee valgus, so knees shouldn't be caving in. The side view, just do another 3 or 4 here. Focusing on quality. Well done. Okay, so should be warmed up now. Legs, glutes should be all ready to go. So we'll get into our activation. So clamshells, great exercise. We place a lot of emphasis on this in this program. Really good for stabilizing the hips. And again, if you feel like for this session that you're just finding it a bit too easy, move up your band strength. Never want the exercise to be too easy. So side lying position, shoulder stacked, hips stacked. We're gonna have our feet on the floor to start off with. Do a few here just to warm up. Raising slowly up and down, core tucked in, ribs tucked in. And we can move to feet up as well. Feel free to do box, clams. I'm just going to skim over them today just because we have a bit to get through. A lot in store for today. Okay, do another about 5 here. Good job. And moving on to the other side. Feet on the floor. Core engaged, ribs tucked in. So make sure your shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked, slight bend in that knee. And nice long neck again. We're going to bring that foot just 1 or 2 inches off the ground. Not moving the bottom leg, but the top leg. Keep it where it is. No cheating. Do about another 5 here, wherever you are. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, so after that now, we're going to move on to our plank activation. So here we are, the plank activation stopped it. So from here, we're gonna have our hands under our shoulders, knees under hips, nice straight back as if you're balancing a tray on the bottom half. So nice long neck. You can flex your feet if you want. And you're just gonna, as normal, retract and protract those shoulder blades. Now, when I say that, that means just your shoulder blades, upper back or lower back is static, core really engaged to keep that control. And breathing out on the protraction. So when you're spreading those shoulder blades apart, feeling them spread across your rib cage. Okay, once you've done a bit of that, you feel nice and warmed up. We're going to go into the pattern posture. So you sick of this exercise, but it is really, really good. And it really challenges us and makes sure that we're properly aware of our core. Again, establish that neutral posture. So really working on the posture all the way through this program. It'll really help you in the long term. So nice open chest. By that I mean we're not caving in, but not really forcing our shoulders way back either. So your shoulder blades shouldn't be extremely squeezed back together. So just that neutral position, down away from the ears, nice long neck. Imagine there's someone holding you up with a string like a puppet. We're elongating that lower back, also sitting up onto the sit bones. So like we're not slouching into the chair. Imagine like you're really interested in what someone is saying and you're sitting up attentively. Okay, so arms outstretched in front of you, keeping that nice wide chest. And breathe into it. And we're going to rock over from the hips. You should feel that squeeze in the lower abdominals, resisting that temptation to overreach with the upper mid back. So keeping that really static there. Just do a few repetitions of this. Okay, well done. I know you're probably getting used to that one now, but it's good to keep reiterating it just to really get used to that movement. So now finally into cores. So rowing V up to start off with, and then we're going to go on to the Superwoman exercise with a bit of 4-point kneeling plank. So going to do 3 sets. Let's get ready for it. Okay, rowing V up. I'll leave it so we can go just with our arms on the floor like this, making sure to keep those shoulders back, chest out, nice alignment with the back, nice straight back. Breathing out as your knees come in and your body comes up. Now only move as far as you can go without your back collapsing, or you don't want any strain to be in your back whatsoever. So only moving as far as you can go. You don't have to outstretch your legs completely. Just feeling that squeeze in your glutes or your core. You know you're doing it right. Also feel it in your quads here as well. Okay, just another 3 here. Of course, you can do the arm movement as well. After doing a few of those, might be hard to bring in the arms. Okay, good job. And now we're going to be moving into the Superwomans or Supermans, whichever. So 4-point kneeling again, like our scap dips position. So just to really activate and fire up, I know we've already done the scap dips, but just going to flex our toes here again, making sure we have that nice stable position with our backs, core, belly button tucked into the spine, ribs tucked in, and nice long neck looking just straight below you. Okay, and we're just going to float those knees up just about a centimeter or 2 off the ground and back down. Just feeling that difference there for crunching up with the shoulders or anything. Really try and stop that and maintain that same position with your back and everything. Only thing that's moving are your knees off the floor. So again, try that. And we're going to do scap dips here if we can. So try not to move forward or back or anything, just up and down through those shoulder blades. Same applies here. No movement in the lower back. Keep that belly button in towards the spine. Knees should be at the same height, just off the floor. 2 and 1. Okay, now we're nice and activated here, definitely. So we're just going to move into Superwoman. So opposite arm, opposite leg, and return. And returning just below your shoulders with your hands. And minimizing that movement with the torso, so and the hips. So don't want them rotating around. I want to keep them static. On a bit more of a challenge, you can do the pulses with me here. So for 5, 4, just moving at the top of your range of motion. 2, 1, and back in. Again, here, really important not to hyperextend with the back. So keeping those glutes really fired will help with this and not moving outside your range. So just again to the top, other side, gonna pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back in. Okay, now back into our rowing V-ups. So again, knees in, hands out, knees out, hands in. Just like the rowing movement. Pick a point just in front of you. It's easy to kind of be looking around actually when you're doing this exercise, but just picking one point in front of you helps you keep that balance. Again, I know I keep reiterating this point, but moving like a pendulum with all these exercises, forward and back. Keeping that nice alignment, chest open, shoulders back. Take a break if you need to. Replace your hands onto the mat if you need to. Quality over quantity. Suck in that belly button towards the spine. Go for another 1. Pause at the top here and slowly back down. Well done. Okay. So that one is a tough one as well on the hip flexors, but really trying to properly suck in that core to release the load off the hip flexors. Okay, again, Superwoman. Now with this one as well, you can do it just with your legs or just with your arms, depending on your level or maybe what you want to really work on, but do try and coordinate these opposing movements if you can. Okay, so again, opposite arm, opposite leg. Really nice slow control movements, no really fast movements like I did just there. Breathing into it and always keep nagging yourself to engage that core. Throughout the movement. So at no point should it be completely relaxed. Shoulders away from the ears. Gonna pause at the top of this one, wherever you are. Extend, extend, extend. Nice long neck. Fix any form problems, engage those glutes, no sagging. And we're gonna pulse here for 5, 4, no hyperextension with the back. 3, 2, 1. Good job. And other side, same thing. Fix that form. Nice, strong back, long neck. And again, up to the top. Opposing forces. Arm is pulling forward, leg is pulling back. Keeping that center through the midline of your body. And again, pulsing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Okay, we're going to go for one more set to our cores and then into our arm set. So make this final set count. Okay, rowing V up, back into it. Ready, go. Nice straight alignment. The most important thing here. Legs moving together, not one or the other, moving in conjunction. Again, really concentrating on engaging that core. Body is moving like a pendulum. Focus on that 1 point right in front of you, keeping that chest open. Keep breathing through it. You know, notice any sticky points, just be mindful of it. Areas you need to work on. Hopefully get more fluid throughout this program. One more here and hold at the top. And slowly back down. Good job. Back into Superwoman's final set. So have your good set up here. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Nice straight back. Looking just below you, slightly in front of your hands. And ready to go again. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Alternatively, you can just go, you know, one side at a time, do like 6, 7, 8 reps, but I prefer to alternate. It also really challenges our balance here by alternating from each leg. We're trying not to shift our weight so much from side to side. So working on that really soft placement, soft movement, helps us work on our stability, making sure our core is constantly engaged. This also really works the glutes, especially if you're getting it really pushed up with that leg, as long as you're not hyperextending at the back. Okay, and final pulses here. Deep breath, pick your form wherever you are, and into pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Again, 64, make sure knees are only hip width, arms just under shoulders, and sucking that core. Again, deep breath and back into it. Full extension. And again, we're going to pulse here for 10, 9, stable core, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly returning. Good job. Okay, core set done, arm set. Need to start that. Okay, so eyes wide TWs, shoulders, internal, external rotation, and push up your way. So that's the arm set. We're going to do it twice. Let's get into it. So eyes wide TWs, you're well used to them by this stage. Rolling onto your physio ball. If you don't have a physio ball, you can use your mat. But I really would recommend the physio ball to get that better range. Okay, so eyes, arms straight ahead, Y's, T's, arms out to the side, and W, arms at a 90-degree angle. Okay, again, nice long neck looking just below you, slightly ahead. And don't forget to breathe and keep those glutes tight. Okay, I'm gonna go for 5, 2 rounds. Actually, 8 this time. I'm gonna build up our reps a bit. If we can, you feel that's too much, of course, don't be rushing the exercise or putting extra strain on yourself, but it's good to challenge ourselves whenever you can. And tease. And we're only doing 2 sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, another 8. Whew, the extra few actually do make a difference. Keeping those shoulders away from the ears, not crouching up. Using those upper back muscles. Have those thumbs up for the Ys. And it's like you have wings for the Ts. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Pause a bit. God, I'm feeling them this week. Just the accumulation of them. Or just because we're doing 8. Okay, now into our shoulder internal external rotation. Okay, so have your long band for this one. And you're going to have your elbows just by your side, tucked in, arms at a 90-degree angle, shoulders down away from the ears. Nice strong core is always good, stable position. So you're going to just extend that arm out one at a time and make sure your opposing arm is staying static. So really trying to challenge your range of motion here, moving as far as you can. Getting into those shoulder rotator cuff muscles. And other side. Aim for about 8 to 10 reps here. I know my left hand feels quite a bit weaker than the other side. Also, imagine that you have to follow along a straight line here. So like as if there's a platform just below your hands and forearms. So you have to keep that straight line. Also, moving nice, slow and controlled, especially on the way back in. Okay, good job. Now, I'm gonna move into our push-up. So my favorite. Okay, so your version, so you can do them full push-up position, great. So hands on your shoulders and moving slowly down. And your knees, where same principle, you should have that good alignment, no piking up with the hips possible. Nice long neck. Or alternatively, you can do the forearm push-up and reducing that or minimizing that sway with the body if you can, keeping that nice straight back. So aim for about 8 to 10 reps here again. With all my blabbering, you've probably done a few. So I'm not trying to get out of push-ups. Okay, so really keeping that nice long neck, strong core throughout. Only moving as far as you can. You're compromising your movement. Okay, good job. Now into our second arm series. So I's, Y's, T's, W's again. Let's go. Again, rolling our trunk onto the wall and I's for 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. We're actually just going to do one round here. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feel free to do another round. I think we've done a lot of upper back work here already. We don't want to be doing it too much. And arms at 90 degrees. So no sudden movements, not rushing it. Squeezing at the top, holding. and back down. Good job. Now into our shoulder internal external rotation. Again, if you don't have a band for this one as well, is a good idea just to practice this movement, even if you don't have a band. It's not so much one that you do with weights. So if you want to practice this just a bit and then move into scaption with light weights. So scaption like we do every week. You could do that too. So you can alternate hands like I've been doing here, or do it just one arm at a time. Make sure your arms stay at 90 degrees, moving in a straight line. Keep them level. Core tucked in, shoulders away from the ears, feet hip width apart. Toes pointing forward. Okay, that's done. And back into push-ups. Okay, so final set, we'll really challenge ourselves here. Push ourselves with the reps if we can. Okay, so walk out into your push-up, your version. Okay, nice alignment with the back, belly button in towards the spine, using our arms for this movement. So sweeping our triceps or our elbows back towards our feet, keep them tucked in and up. So it should be about a 3, 2, 1 on the way back down and a 1 on the way up. 3, 2, 1 and a 1 on the way back up. Shoulders away from the ears. Nice alignment. Back up. Belly button towards the spine. Aim for about 5 more here wherever you are. If you're feeling really confident with your knee push-ups, by all means do try full push-ups, even a few of them. Great to progress. Okay, good job, well done. Now into our balance series, maybe the most important one. So this week we're going to be doing sitting single leg balance on physio ball just to get ourselves started up. And we're going to be doing the toe taps as well, just one set this week. You might be happy to hear. Then we're going to be doing the Romanian single leg deadlift with the knee crouch, so something a little bit different this week. And a single leg squat or split squat, whichever you choose, depending on your level. Okay, so sitting single leg balance on physio ball, just to get ourselves started. So sitting again, that nice neutral posture, nice long lower back, nice long neck, belly button in towards the spine, ribs tucked in. Just going to be sitting up onto our sit bones. And we're going to float one leg up and slowly back down. One leg up, slowly back down. So really trying to minimize any movement of the knees or the exercise ball beneath you. Holding those arms out in front. Lower abdominals should be firing. So it shouldn't be a major burn here, but you should feel it. Get them properly engaged. Just be aware of them. Shoulders down away from the ears. And we're going to go same arm side, same leg, using that arm up overhead, keeping the other arm where it is. Rotate our palm in. Not crouching our shoulders up. Keeping that nice open chest. We can move into our side arm movement. Arms up overhead, back, Hands up overhead and back. Just another 2 times. And 1. Okay, well done. Okay, now feel nice and balanced here. And we're going to move into a triplanar toe tap. So you might be delighted here that we're only going to be doing 1 set this week. We'll make it count. So, okay, so glutes engaged, ribs tucked in, core fired up. So floating one leg off the ground, both glutes engaged, and tapping that toe front, side, and back. Keeping that body still as possible. So everything should be kind of engaged here to really try and keep the body still. Everything in the core, sorry. Oh, and not coming back fast like I might have just done there. Nice, slow, controlled movement. For a small bit. Final round. I'm just gonna hold out in front here. Okay, pulse. And hold out to the side. You're gonna pulse, you can. And to the back, and pulse. Good job. So not hyperextending with the back, always keeping that core engaged. So opposite side, front, to the side, back, side, front. So this leg is probably really burning because we are using it on the last exercise as well, since it was a standing leg. Standing leg really works just to keep us still. So it is a great exercise that way. Keeping that glute engaged, no lagging into it. Nice controlled movements, especially on the way back. Okay, and holding out here and pulsing like an Irish dance there. 3, 2, 1. Return out to the side, pulsing for 3, 2, 1, and return and back and pulsing for 3, 2, 1, and slowly return. Good job. That's it for the toe taps. Okay, so balance exercises this week. Bit different. So we're going to do the Romanian single leg deadlift as usual. So again this week, floating that leg up, slight bend in the standing knee, both glutes engaged, not sagging in, core engaged, moving from the hips. And we're going to extend those arms out. Don't fall over. Send those arms out, really squeeze the glute to get your leg into full extension. And breathe here. You're going to move back and crouch the knee up if we can. So that's just a slightly different movement there. So as we're returning back up to our standing, crouching that knee up. Okay, again, so moving through the hips, nice slow controlled movement, focusing on one point in front of you. And breathe here, one deep breath, and return back up and crunch that knee towards the chest. And again, move here one more time, sweep those arms up. Engage that glute at the top, really squeeze, no hyperextension in the back. And again, moving like a pendulum, crunch that knee up and slowly back down. Going to change sides, so floating that knee up, floating that leg up, excuse me. Both glutes engage, especially the standing. Sorry about my dog. And just slowly move here, like pendulum, float those arms up. Just like bending the knee. Really engage that glute. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And back up with the knee crunch. So this is just adding some extra balance. Extra challenge. Do 3 more here. Need to return to standing to reset, that's fine. Better do that than compromise the quality of your movement. But if you're feeling good, do try staying this balance pose, just one leg. Oh, I'll be there. So just one, by counting right, one more. And keep breathing into it. Focusing on one point really helps here. Shoulders away from the ears, core engaged, glutes on fire. And back in and crunching up with the knee and slowly back down. Good, so that's just a bit of variety there. Next exercise, what is it? Single leg squat or split squat. So single leg squat, I have no chair here with me today, but if you want to grab a chair just for behind you, just for a little safety net, that's okay. Or you could use your balance ball as well. Or the split squat. Okay, so single leg squat. Legs might be a bit tired from the last set, so just give them a shake out. Okay, so floating that knee up again. And hey, Goose. We're gonna sit back in. Oh, there's all paw marks, thank you. We're gonna sit into our squat. Easy. You can have your arms out in front, help with the balance. So sitting back into a chair, bringing the pressure off the knees by sitting back into it. Moving as far as you can. Aim for about 5 reps here. Five, jab, holding that knee up. 1, sorry, 2, 3, sitting back into it. 4, nice straight back. 5, good job. Okay, so back into our deadlift and reach. So, okay, rolling that knee up, your leg up, and reach forward, sweep those arms up. Pause here for a second, or 2. Deep breath, core tucked in. Challenge yourself, lift up a bit further if you can. Posing forces, arms moving forward, legs moving back, shoulders away from the ears though. And return, knee crouch. Engage that core to keep you stable and balanced. Again, legs swooping back, arms swooping forward. Engage that core. And slowly back. And just one more here. And just be aware of those kind of sticky points as you move from forward to back, where you feel like you're going to topple. Just be aware of them. We'll work on them throughout the weeks. Okay, switch sides. Holding that opposite leg up, shake the legs out if you need to. Okay, and legs sweeping back, arms sweeping forward. Point that toe. and back, and knee crouch, keeping both glutes engaged at all times. Belly button towards the spine. Like core. Another 2 here. And 1. And just pausing here for a second. Fix your form if you need to. Both glutes engaged. Deep breath. And back in. And knee crouch. Pause here for a second. Shoulders back. Deep breath. And slow on your return. Good job. So I hope you're finding that it's easier to balance here. I'm finding it a tiny bit smidge easier. So it's great if you're feeling that progression. So again, we're going to go into our single leg squat. Okay, so single leg. Alternatively, you can do the split squat here. So I'll just demonstrate that. So you know the single leg for now, I'm sure. Demonstrated it the last time. Sitting back into it. Some of us might feel really by their knees are feeling quite sore with this one. So if that's the case, it is maybe a good alternative to try the split squat. So here we're just going to be lunging forward, feet staggered. Going to come back down into it. So our top foot should be at about a 90-degree angle, so shouldn't be coming over the toe, and our back leg tucks back like so. And you're just going to really engage the glutes and extend hips back up. Extend the hips and knees back up. And slow and control back down. Up. Slow and control back down. Excuse me, not returning straight to straight back down to the ground, only nearly back down your back foot. And here as well, try and keep that vertical torso, so only moving up and down rather than forward and back like in a lunge. Aim for about 6 to 8 reps here, and stretch sides. Okay, so again, lunging forward, 90-degree angles, and really initiating that movement with the back leg as well, and keeping that heel off the floor, foot flexed, slight bend in the knees at all times, not locking them out. Wouldn't be good for the knees. Also, a common mistake here is that knee valgus, so the knees just kind of caving inward, also not good for the knees. Keeping that torso nice and upright. Maybe only a slight bend forward, really slight. We want to minimize that pressure on the knees. Maybe feel it in the glutes and quads. And also making sure that knee isn't coming over the top toe. So we're just moving up and down rather than forward and back. So it's important to initiate that movement with the back leg. Good. Okay, good job. So again, we're going to move into the deadlift here. So final set. Just 3 of each. Deadlift and reach. And the knee crouch, don't forget about it. I think with balance exercises, you can really see a good improvement quite quickly. So if you're practicing every day, your body just becomes used to that movement. a lot of us might be good at balance exercises to start out with, because not that we don't have the strength, just that our body isn't used to moving in this way. Okay, good. Our deadlift. So now we're just going to do our final exercise in our balance set. And that's going to be forward and backward lunge. And then we're just going to finish with one set of our calf raises for today. So that's it. So I did a kind of a combined balanced leg set for this week, just because we're introducing some new exercises and I didn't want to tire out those legs too much. I thought it was suitable to introduce them. Okay, so I'm going to start with our lunges. So forward lunge, good alternative to your single leg squat. So you're lunging forward. You can alternate legs. So you're pushing that ground up with your front leg, keeping that stability through the midline of your body, and legs can be slightly staggered. Back knee should come just nearly to the ground. Okay, so that's okay. You can carry on with that. Aim for about 8 reps and you can repeat it about twice. Alternatively, the backward squat is a good one. Or reverse lunge. So with this one, you're just crouching down onto one knee and back up, crouching down onto one knee and back up. So really, you're obviously initiating movement with the leg that's moving back here. So this one does get into the hamstrings just that bit more. It's a good one as well if you feel a lot of knee pain. So all those exercises there, even split squat, you feel tender in your knees, or if you have any problems with your knees, this reverse lunge is a great alternative because you won't be having that load there as much. So you can alternate each side or do a few sets each side. Again, aim for about 8 reps each side. Using that nice stable core. And here you can actually move your torso forward just about 10-15 degrees to make that movement easier, but no more than that. Just want to take that load off the knees. Okay, good job. So that's our balance is better 4th exercise series for today. Sorry, we'll just finish off with our calf raises. Actually, I completely forgot. So calf raises, just one set today. So we're gonna do 8 of each. Okay, so toes facing forward to the set. Let's go. 8 reps of each. Last exercise, make it count. So today I know it was a bit of everything with the legs and balance. Hope you felt the burn a bit. I just wanted to introduce some alternatives to the single leg squat if you find that a bit challenging, or if you have any knee problems or anything. They are some good alternatives. Or if you just want to build your strength up to the single leg squat, it's a good option. So in order, the reverse lunge, then the forward lunge, then the split squat, and then single leg squat. will be the progression order. But if you're not moving really deep into your single leg squat at this stage, that's totally fine. We're only starting out. But just some of those exercises will help you build up, help with those muscles that are used in the single leg. Okay, and now into our toes together, heels apart. Make sure those glutes are engaged. 8 reps. Keep breathing into it. Nice slow control movement. So yeah, I really hope that makes sense with the lunges and everything. And it's a great way to just build up that unilateral strength. Lots of people might have imbalances in their bodies with their, like, one side is way stronger than the other. So it is good to do those single leg or even staggered exercises because we kind of notice those imbalances. But of course they are like more taxing on our body because we don't have two bases, like our two legs firmly on the ground, like equally on the ground. So it is more challenging. So it is more of a progression, but it does allow us to see those imbalances there and to work on them. So yeah, that's all my rambling. We've probably done way more than 8. So thanks for listening. And yeah, we're nearly on an hour, so we have some time to do some stretching. So gonna do my quad stretches. Feel free to do your own stretching here now. Whatever you feel, or if you need to do any rolling or anything. I just find the quad stretch a good one, especially after those single leg exercises you might be burning. Hold for about 15 seconds each side. And I'm just going to do the crossover arm stretch as well to finish off. So definitely do more if you can, if you have the time, or any hip flexor stretch is a great one too. But yeah, whatever exercises you might need. Okay, good job. So that's it for us today. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope you're enjoying it. Sorry, what? I hope you're enjoying it so far, and that you're getting some benefit out of it. Oh, sorry, almost forgot. Challenge for this week is how long can you stay in a plank position with good form? So plank position, different for everyone now, bear in mind. So full plank, your forearms are on the ground, core engaged, obviously belly button in towards the spine, nice straight back, shoulders down away from the ears, and looking just straight where your hands are. Imagine there's a glass floating, so that's the full plank. Then regression, plank on your knees, the knees out behind you, and you're going to hold that same position. Keep that good alignment with the back and really engage the core. Also, do this one if you need to challenge your arms. Maybe I should do this one. And that's just the push-up plank position there. You can also go into downward dog to plank, downward dog to plank, just to work on your mobility there as well, and stretch out the hamstrings. Okay, but main thing anyway this week is to time yourselves. How long can you do plank? And also really important just to keep that good form. So don't want any hyperextension in the back. Keeping that good stability, straight line through the back. And yeah, staying strong. So time yourself, time it with your buddies, and see if you can make any little tiny improvements if you do it like every day, maybe increase it by a second or 2, 3 seconds if you can. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Hope you're enjoying it. Okay, bye. See you next week.